the same in the Second Amendment arena. We've seen a steadily increasing support for general gun ownership, opposition to banning handguns, and opposition to restrictions when people don't even know what gun control normally means. They just will ask, they'd be asked, do you support gun control? Well, that's like saying, do you support the Constitution? Well, it'd help if you read it, you know.
It's like saying, do you support controlling your automobile when you go down the highway? 99% would say yes, but they mean we're going to take your car away from you, car control. That's
exactly a great analogy. And so that's what we're dealing with, and I think we've been successfully across the freedom front, some more than others, some battles better than others. We're pushing them back, and you're right, they're going crazy, but they're reacting to this tragedy the way vultures react to carrion. They see a dead body, and, oh, it's time to have more gun control, it's time to have more speech control.
Oh, that's a new term. Have you seen it? Tragedy vultures.
I love it. We'll use that from here on, because that's what they are. They are despicable people. They want to take away our freedom. Carolyn McCarthy would like the rest of the country to be as defenseless as her poor husband was when he was being executed on a train where nobody was allowed to have a gun. Of course, the gunman didn't. He thought that was a pretty good idea and brought his gun into the gun-free zone and killed a bunch of people. And she wants to impose that kind of compulsory victimhood on the rest of the country.
And by the way, that was an admitted race crime. He wanted to kill white people, but that's something they kept quiet. Same thing with this Major Hassan.
Right.
The same CNN reporters, there's a big article out, and New York Times reporters said, oh, don't make it about what group he was with. Let's not politicize this, all these dead people. So, see, they're just despicable.
And they've never said anything about Islam. When you go back to the Robert Kennedy assassination, that arguably was the first act of jihad in the United States, certainly in that century anyway, because that's exactly what that disgruntled Palestinian was doing. And the only people that didn't find out about it were the American people, because the media sat on it, and then they could sit on things. Only in the last few years with the internet and talk radio are we able to find out things like that. Oh, the world is more interesting than we thought.
Well, and of course, going back, it's funny, the Sirhan, there's two ways to look at it. The first act of jihad, or, as the coroner said, somebody else had shot from behind, almost at point-blank range. We were talking about that earlier, dealing with mind control. Larry Pratt, where do you see this going? Because you've got a pro-gun Democrat shot in the head, thank God lived, and she's responding, and I think she'll make almost a complete recovery. We can all cross our fingers and say a prayer. But this Judge Roll, he was the guy that, for those that don't know, who delivered the big Brady bill victory with Sheriff Richard Mack. I mean, if this guy was a right-wing Tea Partier, when he's not dressed up like the Grim Reaper or devil-worshipping, or dressed up like a woman, or you know, stoned out of his gourd playing video games. I mean, there's no evidence he's a conservative, but let's just say he is, because it's more fun that way. But I mean, if he was going out to kill left-wingers, boy, he sure found the wrong ones.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't think this is going to go after Virginia Tech. The issue had pretty well settled down, and then the NRA went wobbly again. A Carolyn McCarthy bill. This time, because the NRA endorsed so many of these so-called blue dogs, including Giffords, but she only got a D on our rating. She told you she was pro-Second Amendment, but don't look at how I vote, you know. And so we backed her opponent, and she's a lovely lady, but that's not the qualification for being in Congress. And we backed a number of the upstarts of the insurgents who took out a lot of these so-called blue dog Democrats that were demonstrably lapdogs for Nancy Pelosi. Well, the NRA endorsed all of those people, and they are now in kind of the doghouse with Boehner and Cantor, and it gave them a chance to see that, oh, the NRA is not really our friend, not the friend of the Second Amendment either. So I honestly believe that now, if the NRA wants to go wobbly on this, their leadership's not going to listen to them. They've lost their credit.
Well, the pendulum's swinging, not just on the Second Amendment. I see abortion statistics. You go back to Roe v. Wade, it was about, on average, 55-45, 55% pro-abortion, 45% against, because they used lies in the media and said it's a blob of tissue. Now I see the numbers a decade ago flipped, 55 against, 45 for. Now I see numbers of over 70% and over 80% with people under 20. I mean, it just isn't working anymore. And
because on the internet you can see pictures of aborted babies, and it's pretty grisly stuff. And you also have the increasing use of sonograms, so that the mother considering an abortion can see that, oh, that doesn't look like a glob of conception to me. That looks like a baby. So, yeah, there's all kinds of areas where we're pushing back, and I think it's an exciting time. And in a way, I'm glad that McCarthy and some of these others are attacking, because it gives us a chance to duke it out with them. I think we can. This is the way we're going to beat them in the arena of the debate of ideas. They lose, and the only card they've got left is their race card, their right-wing extremist card. And the message that comes back electronically is, I'm sorry, but your card has expired. I'm not able to accept it.
Yeah, people aren't buying it anymore. We're going to come back, and I want to get your take. I want to read some of this, where AOL has a column attacking the parents of the dead girl. I mean, if there is no end to the indecency, the low-lifeness of these slimy, collectivist trash people, who just hate the Second Amendment. They're so domesticated. They were brought up so weak that they're scared of guns. They're scared of private property. They're scared of the family.
Is it really possible to get out of debt without payment plans or attorneys? 18 years ago, we developed a program that has made thousands debt-free in just 90 days. It's called Zero Debt in 90 Days, and it works for all credit card debt, medical bills, even collection lawsuits.
When I first joined, I was being sued. So I used the program methods, and after filing one piece of paper, the collection lawsuit was dismissed.
With Zero Debt in 90 days, your success is guaranteed in writing. There is no other program of its kind. Don't be alone when creditors gang up on you. Let our team of experts provide the resources to fight back and stop creditors in only 90 days, guaranteed. Prevent wage garnishments, bank levies, and stop collection calls with our proven program. Call Zero Debt in 90 days now, 800-477-9256, and ask for free information from an expert who also completed our program. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Go solar for cheap. Want to use solar power but the price is too high? Now you can build your own solar panels for less than $200 at 123cheapsolar.com. Don't laugh. We've sold over 45,000 solar do-it-yourself kits. Watch the step-by-step videos that even non-handyman types can use. We offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to 123cheapsolar.com or call 800-713-0486. 800-713-0486. Reduce your foreign oil dependency when you go green with 123cheapsolar.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Don't worry, this show is documented. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, we're going into a full hour of Overdrive, and all of you that are patiently holding at 800-259-9231 will get you up and on the air. Also, our phone system, 877-789-ALEX. Is the number here. Open phones and a recapping of all the news and developments. There's been some big new developments with Democracy Now! Demonizing Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Alex Jones. It's all our fault. Yeah, we dare criticize all the corruption. But going back to Larry Pratt, I'm seeing a lot of bizarre activity. Here's the headline. Leftists attack parents of murdered 9-year-old. The dignity and class of the parents of Christina Taylor Greene does not fit neatly into the partisan political script. And then it goes into an article in AOL by Jeannie Sager attacking the family and saying they don't deserve to be parents.
Wow.
I mean...
So that means that if they have any other children, the social worker should come and grab the children out of that home. That's really what they're saying. What lovely people. Rather than say, hey, you know, this guy just wants to be, this family wants to be left alone. It's bad enough that their daughter was killed by a monster, and now they have to put up with a bunch of vultures?
And that's all they're saying. They're going, there's always going to be crazies. There's almost 7 billion people. There's 310 million in this country. You're going to have bad stuff happen. 300,000 die a year in car wrecks. We don't stop driving cars. I mean, sorry she's dead. But that's not the Second Amendment's fault.
Exactly right. In fact, the problem is that nobody at the scene of the crime had a gun. There was a guy that came onto the scene from a nearby store, but by the time he got there, the puke was already down, and he helped to subdue the guy. But nobody who might have been able to actually respond while the 10 to 12 seconds were elapsing, nobody there had a gun.
I got to tell you, it's a good thing I'm not a cop, and it's a good thing I wasn't there, because it's not like I'm some tough guy. But if I saw dead people for no reason and a shot kid, I mean,
and on top of that, Alex, when all this was happening and this guy was being subdued, he was trying to load another magazine, fresh rounds, into his gun. So he wanted to keep on killing. There would have been every reason to take him out of the gene pool right at that moment.
No, I agree. I just can't imagine people that get off on senseless murder. And you know, it's a growing subculture that's into death and dressing in black and all these songs about how great murdering children is. And you know what? He's going to find out in a Supermax prison what evil's really like, though.
Hopefully he won't be there too long. I hope they're going to take him on a gurney and shoot him up. He likes to put stuff into his body. Well, they can do that for him.
Larry Pratt, gunowners.org, and valuable information there. Now's the time for folks to get your free email alerts or become members, because we better believe the new assault they already announced. Oh, you know, I know you got to go to another interview in 1 minute. What about this ATF de facto registration in the Southwest?
It's actually blown up in their face. It looks like some of the guns that some of the ATF agents were sending south of the border with informants. One of them may well have been the gun that was used to kill the Border Patrol agent, but they've been trying to run up the numbers so that they can trace more guns that have come from the United States. Well, some of those numbers then apparently are coming from ATF themselves. That's what kind of sleaze these people are.
Absolutely. Well, a Navy SEAL got caught selling hand grenades to the Mexican mafia, but that's not the Navy's fault. I mean, that's a criminal.
Exactly.
All right, Larry Pratt, thank you for spending time with us. We'll continue to check in with you as this unfolds.
Looking forward to it, Alex.
Looking forward to talking to you. Hour number 4, straight ahead, live worldwide, Monday, January 10th, 2011. Stay with us.
The GCN Radio Network, providing the world with hard-hitting talk radio. GCN. Great talk radio starts here.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts?